My mom pressured me to satisfy my sister's crazy demands, but I refused to let them ruin my career, so I exposed her lies in front of 180 guests. I'm a pastry chef. Spent 8 years working my way up from dish pit to head pastry at one of the best restaurants in the city. Started at 19 washing dishes for minimum wage, worked every station in the kitchen, took night classes at culinary school while pulling double shifts. Last month, I got invited to compete on a major baking competition show. Think big network, celebrity judges, life-changing prize money, the kind of opportunity that comes once in a lifetime. My sister Vanessa heard about it and immediately called. Didn't congratulate me, didn't say she was proud, just said she was getting married in 3 weeks and wanted me to make her wedding cake for free as a gift. She sent me a Pinterest board with at least 40 different inspiration photos. Wanted 5 tiers, hand-painted fondant, sugar flowers, the works. Easily a $2,000 cake at market rate. I explained I was prepping for the competition, training 12 hours a day, perfecting techniques, testing recipes under pressure conditions. The show films in 2 weeks. I literally couldn't take on a massive project right before the biggest opportunity of my life. My career depended on this. She hung up on me. 20 minutes later, mom called, said I was being selfish, that family comes first, that Vanessa's wedding was more important than some TV show that might not even air. Dad got on the line and said I owed it to her after everything they'd done for me. Everything they'd done? They paid for Vanessa's entire college tuition, bought her a car when she graduated, gave her $15,000 for a down payment on her condo. I got a Costco cake for my high school graduation and a $60 Target gift card. When I asked them to co-sign my culinary school loans, they said I should get a real job instead. But sure, I owed them. They kept pushing. Daily calls, guilt trips, showing up at my apartment unannounced. Mom said if I really loved my sister, I'd do this one thing, that she'd never ask for anything again. Vanessa posted on Facebook about how her own sister refused to help with her special day. Made it sound like I'd rejected some small favor instead of a week's worth of intensive labor. The comments piled up. Relatives I hadn't spoken to in years telling me I should be ashamed. Friends of Vanessa saying I was jealous of her happiness. My aunt commented that family means sacrifice, so I said yes. Told them I'd make the cake. Vanessa was thrilled. Sent me 6 more Pinterest boards and a detailed timeline. Mom called to say she knew I'd come around. I spent the next 2 weeks working until 2 a.m. every night. Baked layers during my lunch breaks at the restaurant. Practiced sugar flowers until my hands cramped. Made fondant from scratch because Vanessa wanted that specific shade of blush pink. My competition prep suffered. I was exhausted, stressed, behind on everything, but I finished it. 5 tiers, hand-painted fondant with delicate gold details, cascading sugar flowers that took 40 hours alone. It was a masterpiece. Probably the best cake I'd ever made. I took photos for my portfolio before I delivered it. Wedding day arrives. The venue was gorgeous. Old estate with gardens and string lights everywhere. 180 guests in designer dresses and expensive suits. I helped set up the dessert table, made sure the cake was positioned perfectly. Then I sat in the back, exhausted, watching Vanessa float around in her $4,000 dress. During the reception, they wheeled out the cake for the cutting ceremony. Guests gathered around taking photos. Vanessa stood up to give a speech. Thanked everyone for coming. Thanked her bridesmaids for being amazing. Thanked the photographer, the florist, the DJ, the coordinator. Mentioned every single vendor by name. Gushed about how perfect everything was. Didn't mention me once. Not even a casual thanks to my sister. That's when I stood up. Walked to the microphone while Vanessa was still holding it. She looked confused. I said I had something to add. I told every single person in that room that Vanessa guilt-tripped me into making this cake for free while I was preparing for a national competition. That our parents threatened to disown me if I didn't drop everything for her wedding. That I spent $1,200 of my own money on ingredients and supplies. That I slept 3 hours a night for 2 weeks to finish it while sacrificing the opportunity I'd worked 8 years for. Then, I looked directly at Vanessa and told her the cake she's about to cut isn't the one I originally made. The masterpiece I spent weeks perfecting is sitting in my restaurant's walk-in cooler, and this one's from Costco for $19.99. I grabbed my coat and walked out while 180 guests stared at the sheet cake decorated to look expensive.